Morning. This is Finnt oasis, where we stayed last night. We drove through the river just now. Water hadn't changed, so that's good. The little car managed it through the river. We're going now to Skura, I think it's called, and Kasbah Amridil something.
It's okay.
Yeah, I don't know how you pronounce these things. And then later on this evening we'll end up at Ait Benhaddou, which is the famous one from Game of Thrones and Gladiator, etc.
Yeah.
And many more movies, I think. This has been quite nice, I think. Compared to Agder's, it's not nice to compare, but I think it would have been better to come here first because it's not quite as beautiful as Agder's, but yeah, very, very nice. So
it's all beautiful in its own way,
yeah,
really.
it's still nice it's really nice to have seen it, isn't it?
Yeah.
And yeah, it's still a good place to come. It's just anyway, we'll get back in the car now and start driving back. So the car's parked over there because we didn't fancy bringing it much further down the bad track. We've arrived at Skura Oasis and parked at Ait Benhaddou, which is kind of on the main road. And the guy was actually really nice. Just said, "Oh yeah, there's a path down this way. Just go straight, and you reach Amadril, however you say it." So yeah, we'll just follow through the palm trees and things, and presumably at some point we'll end up where we're supposed to be going. So it's a very beautiful palm oasis with these olive trees. I think they're olive trees. And then we think the river's just here, so the kasbah is probably just by the river. It's a bit of a confusing walk, but not too bad. And the guy says it's easy. I mean, it winds a little bit and it's a bit confusing. But ultimately, it's only like 10 minutes. It's really quite pretty actually. Well worth doing. But I would say it's certainly better to park there and walk through the oasis than it is to drive straight to here. Assuming we can cross this thing, which is possibly easier said than done. I'll get the camera out and take a picture of here.
So how are we going to?
There, it's sort of more of a path there, isn't it?
Is that where we're going?
Yeah, that's where we're going. So after walking just along the river a little bit, there's an opening in the river barrier. So. Seems like the place you're supposed to cross. Even a road going through the barrier there.
So we're here now at the terrace, and we're going to have an early lunch.
We think.
Well, yeah, because I just found out. I know Bill's French is terrible, but I just found out he can ask if.
You can say, "Is it possible to eat?" But any response that's more complicated than yes or no is very confusing.
Yeah,
so the man said something and indicated that maybe it's possible. Certainly drinks are possible, but food is possibly not possible.
We'll see. We'll see anyways.
Yeah, but it's fine. So we just had our lunch. It's a very nice view over the kasbah and the mountains behind and the oasis. The only possible downside a little bit was the occasional whiff of feces coming from where they're digging out the septic tank next door. So yeah, generally really nice, and it's just when the wind shifted you suddenly get this quite unpleasant smell, but that's fine. Hi.
Hello. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. So we're in the Kasbah of Ait Benhaddou for Christmas. It's a nice sunny day, as you can see. As ever, it seems to be here. We came yesterday from Finnt. We were a bit tired, so we didn't do anything about arriving. Blah blah blah. Today we'll go and have a look around the town, or the old Sar, the fortified village. And then maybe go for a little drive up the valley this afternoon, or for lunch. yeah, this is where Gladiator was filmed and Game of Thrones. I've not actually seen Game of Thrones, so
me neither.
we don't know much about that. But Gladiator we have seen.
Yeah.
So that's very recognisable from Gladiator.
Yeah. There.
This. So yeah, we'll go and have a walk around the village. So we've come to the top of one of the kasbahs within the Saar. So the kasbah being more of a kind of fortified house within this kind of fortified village. We had to pay 20 dirhams each. We're not entirely sure if that's just for this particular kasbah or if that's for the whole village. But in any case, it's not very much, so it's not really a problem. And we're going to keep walking up the hill. We'll go back down from the top of here. It's quite a nice view from up here. And we'll continue up. There's some clearer pictures of the films that were here.
And the sins, the actual sins, I think.
Yeah. So now at the top of the Saar, you actually can't see it very well from the top here, but you can see across the village where everyone stays, just over that side. And you can see the river following down. And over this way, I think in the distance here is the next kasbah along, which is kasbah Tamdakht, I think. So we might actually take a drive down there this afternoon, or for lunch maybe. We'll see. But there's a very beautiful view from up here. From this corner you actually get a better view down over the ruins. So that's the kind of entrance way there, the hotels and things where we're staying over that side. And then the town, or the Saar, coming through. I think we'll go up that hill next, see what the view's like from there, and then probably try and get some lunch somewhere.
Yeah.
So Peace is saying, yes, please, lunch, feed me. So, yeah. So you can see why people come up this hill and then come here for maybe day trips, because actually the hill itself, that side, you don't see that much. There's really nice views of the mountains around, but not so much of the actual Saar village. So from here the view is really nice, and then from the other side, from the hotels over there, and from a viewpoint by the road just here, that's a really nice view. So yeah, a lot of people do it as day trips. I think it's quite nice to stay the night, really, isn't it? And then in the morning there's no one here. In the morning it's pretty deserted and it's pretty nice. It's nice the whole time, but it's particularly nice in the morning when there's no one around. So that's probably a good way to do it. Come through, stop for a night in the morning, have a look around, and then continue somewhere else.
Shy.
Anyway, yeah, so we came to this Riyadh Tamdakht, and they basically said we've got chicken tagine we can give you, and it seems really nice, doesn't it? Looks nice, and the view's pretty stunning. So the view down there, so the view down here, that's Tamdakht ruins, and the main road that goes north back towards Marrakesh, and then south to Ait Benhaddou. I forget what the name of the place up there is. But yeah, it's a nice place, nice view. The food seems good, and actually this is probably a better place to stay than Ait-Ben-Haddou, really. They seem like very pleasant people, the owners. So yeah. So this is Kasbah Tamdakht, and we just drove down the hill from where we had lunch, which was this one, Riyadh Tamdakht. It's a car, a little toy car. So yeah, it's actually, I would say, it's actually more beautiful in some ways than Ait Ben-Haddou. It's actually really quite pretty through there, through the palm trees and the old ruin. And there's no one around. It's completely deserted. So it's a good place to come and stop. And so I would actually say staying here or staying somewhere around maybe is better than staying in the village, and you can always drive into the village and it's easy parking and things. So yeah. So we've just parked for the road, on the road from Ait Ben-Haddou northwards that connects through to the main road to Marrakesh. And we're going to try and get down to this valley, which looks quite pretty. The whole road's actually stunning, but we thought we'd try and stop somewhere and go for a little walk.
Almost fell.
Some fossils in this rock. This rock's full of fossilised, I forget what you call them, bivalves or something. Like mussels, shellfish. Yeah. Interesting. So this is the road from Teliouet, or Teliouet, I don't know how you say that, towards Ait Ben-Haddou. You can see there's a lot of switchbacks, and it's pretty mountainous, but pretty amazing. So, big news, our toy car, which we thought was the smallest car we've seen anywhere, it turns out it has a twin, which is here. So we're not the only ones that have hired the world's smallest car to drive around Morocco. So we've left the hotel and we were trying to find a way to get to the bridge here, but we seem to have come the wrong way, and we're now on this kind of beachy bit below the bridge, and there's no way actually onto the bridge. So Peace just wanted to go and have a look in some of these little shops while we kind of finish everything, but we got a bit stuck.
So being on the bridge now, we obviously made it across. There's a small path down there from the river. So yeah, we'll go to the market and then go for dinner. We'll probably call this the end of the video. Thanks for watching, and
we should go through the map also, show what we're in this video.
Bill has a small bonus for you guys at the end of it, so stick around. But don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to get notified every time we post. So bye, see you guys in the next video. That's the market.
So because we haven't been explaining properly where we've been going, I thought we'd do a quick bit with the map. So in this particular video we drove from Finnt, which is here. There's no road actually marked on the map, but there is a road that goes from Ouazzazate to tamdakht, like a dirt road, and Finnt is somewhere just here near Ouazzazate on that particular road. So from Finnt we drove through Ouazzazate to Skoura oasis, which is where Amadril kasbah is. So we walked through the oasis there, then we came back to the car, went back through Ouazzazate to Ait Benhaddou, which is where we are now. This place, where Gladiator was filmed. And then today we drove from Ait Benhaddou up this way to somewhere here. We didn't go all the way up the road to Telouet, or Telouet, I don't know quite how you say that. But we drove up here, we had lunch at, well, I forget what the name of the place was, but just the next village up, which is about 5 k's north, and came back to Ait Benhaddou. In the previous video, which if anyone's interested in watching, was quite a good one. We went from Agdes, which I've lost here, Agdes here, and the Kasbah des Arts down here to Toluin. Where's Tiz? I think that one there, Tizouin, yeah. And then we drove west from there to the rock art paintings here, and then that was a bit of a challenge to find. Came back up this way through Agdes, stromatolites, old fossils were somewhere here, and then to Finnt through the river crossing. So that's basically the videos we've done, the last couple. So yeah, and the road to Marrakesh is this one. So we came down this one in the first video, Marrakesh being somewhere just off the side of the map here. I don't want to turn it over, but the first video we came from Marrakesh down through this way, across this little cut through, which is quite a narrow, pretty road, to the Hills Have Eyes fuel station, which is just about here, just after that cut through meets this road to tamdakht. Then from there we came quickly to Ait Benhaddou just to see the view that day, because it's only 9 kilometers here, and then through to Agdes. So that was the first day. So the first day, Marrakesh fuel station, Ait Benhaddou, Agdes. Second day, Agdes, down here, rock art, back stromatolites to Finnt, and today Finnt to Skoura and Amadril, and then Ait Benhaddou. And then today, which is in the same video, just up to this road here, which is extremely beautiful. So if anyone coming from Marrakesh, we'd actually recommend you come down here and then take this turning, because that's much more pretty than this bit here. This is really stunning. So that's the routes. So if you haven't seen the other videos, do look them up. And that's my kind of bonus with the jazz hands for just the maps. And we'll start trying to put the map at the end of each video now, because we've been a bit negligent in not really showing where we've been going. So yeah, and this is, I think, the Michelin map. Yes, the Michelin map of Morocco, which is actually quite good and shows the oases, or the oases, oasis, who knows what they're called, oases I would call them, and some quite interesting little things. I think it actually might show, no it doesn't. Anyway, yeah, so we'll stop now, just 'cause I'm jabbering on.